Uh, here, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Potato and Singular went to the Jujutsu Kaisen world. So this is part 3 of this what if, and I should mention one thing. We did a movie a while ago. It was 2 hours long. I made it 2 hours long because I feel like Dante wanted to make it more, but whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Nah, he can't do 5 hours for real. Oh, okay.
so
Anyway, I thought I thought he wasn't part of this though.
I don't
Oh,
know.
nah. Okay, meet yourself. All right.
So yeah, Singular is
Okay,
also here with me.
so yeah. Continue.
Okay, so pretty much what happened last time, I'm not going to go into a full recap, but what happened last time for mostly Dante, so I can actually kind of give him heads up. So what happened last time after mostly Dante, not Dante, mostly after Dante kind of, well, interrupting me in talking to Junpei and other things, telling him about my story and other things. That happened. We also, after kind of exploring and kind of walking around, mostly while Dante was considered to be high off of reverse curse energy, he follows me. We went to
And
mostly.
Black Flash on top of freaking yeah, something else. It was just a random occurrence when I hit a wall or something. It should have hit a fly. I
So,
don't know. And I was smoking. It was a peak feeling, bro. I feel like I reached Nirvana.
So yeah, while he was that whole thing, we did kind of found out that Junpei's mother was about to get killed, but of course I saved her. Talked to Junpei, told him to go to Tokyo and meet me over there in Tokyo after kind of fighting Mahito, getting to the school just like original canon, telling Yuji to stay with mostly Dante because his high ass was literally out of it. Started fighting Mahito, throwing hands with him, and then Nanami shows up. Me and him started kind of throwing hands with Mahito, kind of kicking his ass like Yuji, and Nanami and Original Canon started beating his ass. But yeah, it was mostly me versus him. Well, mostly me and Nanami kind of fighting against, well, Mahito. And of course, I was using reverse curse energy somewhat to start beating his ass. Well, not entirely reverse curse energy, but mostly Black Flash. My Black Flash was actually a purplish and kind of blackish color. So yeah, while that was happening, Mahito still managed to escape but having more damage than most of the original canon. While that happened, mostly we go into a small talk with me and Nanami. Nanami kind of just concerned to tell me to actually use more reverse curse energy because I seem to be quite talented in it. Or not too talented in it, but just talented enough to actually use it because I started using reverse curse energy to heal me and Nanami while we were kind of after the battle of mostly Mahito. But yeah, I was using something called light regeneration, which we just stand literally in light while I use curse energy to heal us, or mostly reverse curse energy. But yeah, which it was fast enough. We healed pretty fast, but yeah, we didn't lose any limbs or any of that, so it didn't take that long. While we go into a still drunken, mostly still high drunken fucking Dante who was next to Yuji. But yeah, after all that, we kind of did go to the event of the Kyoko sister kind of school exchange event. I did tell Gojo about Junpei, and Junpei is going to be enrolled into Jujutsu High. But yeah, we appear right in front of the kind of Kyoko school mostly exchange event. But yeah, but right in front of us is mostly Maki, Panda, uh, Inumaki? Yeah, Inumaki. There was also, well, Megami, who looks kind of hurt. Nobra. There was also, well, us being Yuji, Junpei, mostly Dante, and even me. While we kind of look in front of us to see the Kyoko from the other school, the Kyoko students. It had, I don't remember all of them, Dante.
It was Momo Hinamori, right? And then there was Mai Zenin, Toto. Uh, who else? It was also
Mecha.
Miwa and
Mika was one of them?
Mekamaru.
Yeah, Mekamaru.
Huh?
Yeah, okay, Mekamaru. So wait, did you name out how many people?
was Miwa, Momo. There was
Mekamaru.
Mikamaru, Toto, and is that it?
I think there was a blood user. I don't remember his name.
Oh yeah, it was Noritoshi Kama.
Okay.
Or was that the wrong name?
Let's just go with that one. But of course, was there's more than that? I actually can't remember. Let me get a picture for this.
Actually, I think that was it.
Uh, wait. Let me actually get a. Um,
No, wait.
wait. Let me pause the video so it doesn't seem to be a sign. Okay. So yeah, it was a. Okay. So we name out. Yeah, there were 6 in total. 6 people in total of that event. But there was actually a bit more than that. There was a kind of girl with kind of bluish hair. Well, mostly icy blue hair and mostly icy blue eyes with palish white skin. Her name was Estef Gojo, but yeah. But of course, then there was also. What?
Great, you bring her here. Okay.
Shut up. But there was mostly another person that was there who was basically mostly, well, she kind of had kind of like blackish long hair with reddish eyes. She also did have palish white skin, and her name was Hana Yuki or Yuri. But yeah, she's, if you want to think about it, she's from actually the Tower of God. But yeah, but of course, she's actually from a family called the Zorohana, Zorharin, yeah, Zenharin kind of family. But yeah, it's a small kind of curse kind of family, but not the point. She's considered to be a princess at that point. But yeah.
Okay. Then we see someone else. Well, she's gonna be like aged up a bit older, but well, she's actually the same age as Momo. And let's just say this is someone I actually had beef with, and it was just because I was kind of a little too strong for to be just it was because I was too strong. You know, she tried to fight me, but then it just didn't go in her favor, and she's like upset at me about it. But yeah, basically meet Mikasa. Well, not from Attack on Titan. Mikasa.
So yeah, that's what she looks like.
Basically, if y'all watched a Certain Magical Index or Scientifical Railgun, basically, yeah, it's that chick. Anyways, I was like, really. So yeah.
So also, now, well, mostly this is how mostly Hana Yuri kind of looks like. But yeah, I mean, damn it, that's the wrong thing. So let me actually pull that up. But yeah, this is how she looks like. She does kind of use cursed weapons, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is where, well, I kind of noticed those 3. Well, mostly also noticed Maya, and Maya kind of noticed me and says, "Lightning." This is where, well, I was like, "Oh hey, Maya." This is where, or not lightning, mostly. What the hell? Oh yeah, like, you know, Raikou. This is where, well, she said Raikou. I was like, "Oh hey, Maya." This is where both of us kind of did met each other before, and this is where, well, Toto kind of noticed the 4 of us being Yuji, Dante, and even was a cop. Well, me and Junpei. This is where Toto kind of just pushes Maya away and says, "What type of woman are you 4 interested in?"
I was like, what the heck?
I'm like, Junpei said, I don't understand this question. This is where Yuji says, "I like a tall woman with a nice ass." Still out, we're mostly still outgoing with mostly, yeah.
Well, that's
Toto says, "I see you have the same mostly preference as me. I respect your mostly option." while mostly Toto then looks at me and Dante, he then says, "What about you two?"
Us two. Uh, you want to say us first?
I was like, "Sure, why not?" This is where I look at mostly Toto and says, "Well, how should I say? How should I say this? I like a tall woman with mostly either palish skin. It doesn't matter to me." But mostly, I like it when they have a nice, mostly opie size with a nice rack behind. But also, at the same time, I also like their combat skills half the time. So I want people with good combat skills. I don't want them to be kind of trash at fighting. This is where I look at mostly Maya, Hana, Ha, and also Estef. That's where, well, I then kind of close my eyes.
Yeah. And then, well, Toto then says, "What about you?" I told him, "Dang, do I actually have to say this?" Okay. hmm Okay. I'm gonna be straight with you. People are like, "What is this dude gonna say?" And I was like, "I'm a bit off of this cigarette, so but yeah, I'm trying to quit." But yeah, mm, I like me a big girl. But and then everybody's like, hmm? "Hear me out." Now, now, most of all, bro, y'all don't understand. They can cook. That's one of the most factors. Like they can cook. All right, two, bro. Y'all don't understand, bro. When you hug them, bro, they freaking feel like a nice soft pillow, bro, and they always smell good too. And now, of course, there's also a little bit going on. Okay, but other than that, yeah, I have my. That's my reasons.
I see. Well, I can respect both of your, well, answers there, mostly Raikou and Dante. Now, what about you? He points at Junpei, and I was like, he likes the same thing as Yuji. This is where I kind of answer him real fast, but yeah. Junpei says, yeah. This is where Toto says, I see.
You see,
Well?
continue.
Okay. Okay, fuck off, man. Okay, so while that was happening, this is where, well, Toto says, I see. So that's so you're interested, aren't you? This is where, well, right now, Junpei says, well, I like people that are nice to me. Also, the fact that, I don't really know much things. This is where, well, Toto kind of says, This is where Toto would have attacked mostly, Junpei if it wasn't for mostly me using, well, kind of getting ready to actually kind of counteract, well, how should I say, Toto if he actually does anything. But this is where Gojo appears and says, "Ha, hello there, everyone." This is where, well, everyone sweats after seeing Gojo. Gojo says, "Tough crowd here, isn't it?" This is where he then noticed Yuji and Dante and says, "Hey there, Yuji. Hey there, Dante. Hey there, Raikou." This is where I ignore him. This is where, well, kind of looking at him like I don't know him.
I swear. And then this man just goes out of nowhere and brings us some. What are they called again?
Like dolls?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he brings this like dolls. He kind of gives them to the Kyoko students and then kind of appear next in front of us and says, "So this is what I got overseas. Hope you like it." This is where, well, Yuta kind of appears. Well, not Yuta. Mostly Urahime kind of appears saying, "What the hell are you doing, Gojo?" This is where Gojo then says, "Urahime." This is where, well, he was about to get closer to Urahime and then Urahime says, "Don't you dare touch me." This is where Gojo says, "Why would I touch a weakling?" This is where, well, Urahime gets angry and would have punched the shit out of Gojo. She says, "Why you?" This is where, well, she tries to punch him, but of course, then again, Limitless was blocking it. And this is where I had a small, evilish grin on my face. This is where, well, I kind of go over towards Urahime and even what's it called, Gojo. Gojo says, "Huh?" This is where, well, I then says, "Hey, you're from the Kyoko school, right?" This is where Urahime says, "Yeah? What do you want there? How should I say, first year you are?" I was like, "Yeah, but don't you want to punch Gojo?" This is where she says, "That's what I always want to do. It's a dream of mine." I was like, "Okay, swing a punch and I know how to kind of help you with this. This is where she says, fine. This is where Gojo kind of says, huh? This is where he was confused for a second until he knows what exactly is happening. This is where, well, I didn't even touch Gojo, but mostly our shadows, or mostly, basically his shadow was connected to mine. So, of course, I nullify his, like, mostly limitless. This is where he gets punched in the face, and this is where he says, ow! Damn it! Damn it, Raikou, why? Why will you do that? This is where, well, mostly Urahime says, I can punch him.
Be able to tank it anyway. This is like.
Well, yeah, he can tank it, but this is where he was surprised. He was like, why? This is where, well, mostly Urahime says, I can punch him? I can punch him. This is where she has such an evilish grin on her face, and this is where she says, Gojo, come here. That's where her knuckles just pop in an instant. This is where Gojo says, Urahime, we can talk about this.
Lightning, I think he had a. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You gonna shatter this man's ego. Like, he needs it. Anyway.
I was like, I know, but let me just see a bit of fun, okay? Leave me alone. I want to see Gojo kind of fight a girl.
You don't see this to be from a female, but okay.
I was like,
it's not like she.
Well, I know she can't hurt him that much. I was like, but I want to just see this. This is where I say, whatever. Okay. I decide to jump off of his shadow, mostly Gojo's shadow. And this is where Urahime tries to attack him and says, why can't I hurt you no more? Damn it, I want to hurt you more. This is where, well, mostly Principal Yage and even that old-ass dude that looks like he should die anytime soon appears. Yeah, that guy. This is where, well, mostly Principal Yage says, that is enough. This is where, well, mostly Urahime says, no, I wanted to hurt you more, Gojo. Damn it, I want to rip you apart. This is where, well, mostly Gojo sword drops and says, this is where he looks up to me, and I just looked away and just whistle saying, well, mostly, and right now kind of looking away, Gojo says, you little. This is where, well, mostly I said, I did nothing wrong. I didn't touch you. Gojo says, fine. This is where, well, mostly Principal Yaga says, so today's event is the two kind of sister exchange event. Now, we are going to start in a kind of, well, 5-minute kind of planning. Now go ahead to your kind of specific buildings and try to plan. This is where, well, we all start walking away. Urahime is crying in the corner. She wants to just beat the shit out of Gojo and other things. But yeah, Gojo's kind of says, damn it. But yeah, we go into mostly a time skip of mostly the planning. Maki is right now talking to the others. So since mostly we don't have any 30ers, this is where she's kind of talking about how to deal with Todo, since Hakari got literally suspended. And of course, this is where she says, okay, how are we going to deal with Todo? This is where, well,
just to let y'all know, Todo may be dangerous, but because there's a bit more, let's just say that we just had some history, and her curse technique is pretty, how do I say this, dangerous. Y'all know what a railgun is?
I look at freaking Dante and says, what the fuck? What, is she gonna pull out a railgun and shoot us?
Oh no, that's her ability. She literally brings quarters with her, and it just like, how do I say this, she could shoot it and it just like, it moves so fast that no one can be able to see it dang near. Except me. Like, dude, she literally tried to kill me every chance she got. She sniper, and let's just say multiple things that she had broke because of my vector shield.
I looked at him and says, well, good luck with your girlfriend, okay?
She's not my girlfriend, bro. We're literally two different age groups.
Wait, what? How old is she?
Oh yeah, she's like 12, dude.
Okay, never mind. That is not your girlfriend. You guys are 3 years apart.
Bro, she's just a kid who just wants smoke with me.
I was like, Dante, that shit sucks for you, doesn't it? Shit. Okay. Well, at least. I'm
afraid she might be even able to beat. So, hey.
I was like, okay. Well, I kind of just say, usually here would be dealing with Todo, because Yuji's abnormally strong. At the same time, he did learn a lot of things from mostly Nanami, while fucking Dante was drunk. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is where everyone says Dante was drunk. I say, oh, I forgot to mention that little part. Don't worry about it. This is where Maki says,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I was also smoking too off of that reverse curse technique, so it healed me. But at the same time, I also used black flash on the fly. So, yeah, I was in a state of like the best I could be in, bro.
This is where I kind of say, yeah, that man's kind of high off his rockers that one time. Whatever.
I'm not, I'm not high anymore. I stopped. I'm trying to quit.
I kind of just look at him and says, bro, I have also reverse curse energy. You don't see me over here being high off my fucking curse energy.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. I got you.
I was like, whatever. This is where Maki then says, who are you going to go against then, Raikou? I was like, oh, that's easy. I'm going to go against Maya, Estef, and also Hana. The reason why is because I can see that one of them is a curse user kind of for weapons. One kind of probably uses ice, and most of my darkness should be able to nullify the amounts of ice she probably can use. And Maya, well, we have a small bit of history with each other. This went well. Maki kind of narrowed her eyes at me, and I kind of just smiled at her. I know mostly Maki is actually the sister, mostly twin sister of Maya, but I kind of just will ignore that part. This went well. Mostly she then says, okay, what about you, Junpei? This went well. Junpei said, I don't really know who I'm going against. I can summon this. This is where he summons out a jellyfish, and this jellyfish can stung people and other things, just like original canon. But he said, other than that, I don't really have enough experience with fighting anyone, so I really don't know if I'm gonna be any good here. He acts kind of nervous. I put my hand over mostly around Junpei and says, "Don't worry, Junpei. If you really need help, Yuji will be the most confident person because he is too stupid to understand the meanings of fear." This is where Yuji says, "Hey, wait, did you just call me stupid?" I was like, "Nope, I did not call you anything, Yuji." Yuji said, "Okay." I was like, "Yeah." But he's going to be fighting against Toto, so that's a problem. Just stick with me then, Junpei. Junpei said, "Understand." This is where, well,
And Megumi, you're going against that combo kid, all right?
this
I just let him know that.
Megumi says,
Go ahead.
whatever.
All right. So everybody got their plan?
Well, who are you fighting, Dante? Well, never mind. You're fighting against that girl, that 12-year-old girl.
Most likely she's gonna come after me. So now we go over to the Kyoto kids, basically. And before Gachi can say anything, she lets them. Mikasa just flat out just says, that Dante's mine. Like,
Toto,
like,
mostly Toto says, whatever. I want this event to be over. I gotta go see my tickets of that my favorite. I don't remember what her name is. What was Toto into?
it was like Akata or something.
Yeah, something like that. So of course he said, I don't care. I gotta go see that. I just don't care who I gotta fight. I don't care if we lose or win. All I care is those concert tickets.
Yeah. And Momo just like, what is your deal with that Dante guy? Basically, she just says, I have my reasons. You're like, but did he do something to you? Then she just goes ahead and says, so she explains that her dad was a curse user, and basically she tried to get like food for her, and then I killed her. I killed her dad. But then I just spared her and brought her to like Jujutsu Tech, and they put her in Kyoto. But then she tried to kill me every chance I got. It was like, eesh, no. And then we were like, oh, so you have a vendetta against them like that? And then she says, yep, that's why I need to kill him. Like, I don't know. No, Mai just says, I don't know, with that vector shield up, it's gonna be hard. He's like, I got this, okay? Alright. She just brings it. She just goes ahead and loads up her sniper and just says, alright then. She says, alright, so when does this thing start? And everybody just like, sheesh. She's like 12 years old. She already knows how to use a sniper. Crazy. And okay, so now we fast forward to when it starts.
So mostly the countdown kind of says 3, 2, 1, go. This is where everyone starts rushing out. This is where, well, mostly they're kind of running to kind of find the cursed kind of spirits, at the same time find the enemy. This is where, well, we kind of see, well, a spider appear, and this is where, well, the spider gets instantly destroyed by Toto, and Toto says, who is going to be fighting me? This is where he has a huge smile on his face. This is where, well, mostly I kind of scream out Yuji's name, and Yuji's understood, and rushes straight towards Toto, and this is where, well, he develops his kind of hand in this, like, fire curse energy, and punches the shit out of Toto. Toto right now smashes into a tree. Huh?
Alright, then Yuji goes ahead and tells everybody, get out of here. I just was like, and I was like, sheesh, Yuji. And then, I was just saying, like, good luck, Yuji. Don't end up dying, though. Toto's strong.
I was like, Yuji. I was like, okay. I was like, Yuji, make sure if anything happens, if you're in a desperate situation, use that technique that mostly Nanami kind of talked about that one time. I know you can't use reverse curse energy, but that other technique, the Shikigami that you've been using, will allow you to go into, that form that we were talking about. Just remember, it's a last-ditch effort, but yeah. That's where Yuji said, okay, big brother. He waves at me, and I was like waving back at him.
And, yeah. So Toto says, alright, let's do this. He just gets his, he just rushes at Yuji and tries to punch him.
Yuji blocks right now, kind of saying, oh, that kind of hurts a lot. This is where his arm is kind of a little bit hurt. But this is where, well, he decides to uppercut mostly Toto in the chin. This is where Chin gets, well, not Chin. Mostly he gets pushed back Toto, and Toto says, this is interesting. He has a very huge grin on his face. He says, I also heard that your favorite type of woman is a nice, well, tall woman with a nice ass. Then, show me your skills, my brother. This is where Yuji says, brother, I don't know about that, but I already have a brother.
I do not know you, bro. Okay, that's great.
Yeah, I do not know you. While that was happening, we go...
we continue.
While that was happening, we were going into mostly finding the kind of other Kyoko students, but yeah. We go into Dante's POV.
So, as I was just walking through, trying to figure out where all the cursed spirits at, I killed one, and then I killed another, then another, and then I was just in a certain area. I could sense the presence. I was like, you already saw her coming, so might as well, right? And then, she's aimed a gun at me, and then she tried to shoot me, but then, wow, and then, yeah, her gun broke. Well, because the bullet got shot right back at it. I was like, you can come out now. She comes out, and then I was like, can you stop holding this grudge? I let you live. It was better than that. After all, you did have a curse technique. You did use Jujutsu. And, I was just doing my job, really. Yeah, can you take her words for me?
Oh, yeah. She then kind of, looked at you and says, she scoffs and says, I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that I'm going to kill you this time.
okay, look, how do I say? Your dad was a curse user, okay? And by Jujutsu regulations, he had to die. Alright? I didn't feel like killing a freaking kid, okay? I didn't feel like killing I didn't feel like killing you 5 years ago, so I just brought you here.
Well, you should have killed me that day, because this time I'm going to kill you.
She just brings out a quarter and then just charges it with electrical energy, and I just like it just blasted at me. And I had trouble calculating this, so I just got nicked in the forehead. I was, oh crap!
I,
Yeah, I just see her with this grin. Oh, yeah, you continue.
and this is where she says, I got you. Now you're going to die this time. Now it's time for you to die. My dreams can be accomplished when I kill you.
I was like, okay, Shotty doesn't understand. Okay, so I just go ahead and like use vectors to push her back, and she hits a tree. I was like, just because you got a hit on me doesn't let it happen again.
She scoffs and says, oh, don't worry, it will happen again. That's where she aimed her kind of hand again to try to, well, shoot at you, but yeah.
But I was able to calculate it this time, so it just deflected, almost hit her in the head. I was like, look, it's not gonna work, okay? Then she was like,
it will work this time.
And now I just punch her in the stomach, and it just pushes her back. I was like, you done now? And then next thing you know, I noticed multiple signatures. I was like, huh? And yeah, it just, yeah, they almost got at me, and I was like, what the freak is? He's like, that she ended up making a bind. Then she just, I just found, then she just said, like, I got clones now. Like, how the freak did you get clones? This has nothing to do with electromagnet. She was like, I made a binding vow with someone that all these clones would be just like me, but she made a binding vow that she can't use her own cursed energy. But don't worry, she says the numbers make up for it though. Like, okay, I see. All right. So yeah, all the Mikasa clones try to come at me, but then I just like all of them away and made them hit a tree. I was like, so these just clones, right? They won't affect you. He was like, no. Maybe I should show you something. I cut up one of their arms. Then I just bring it to their shoulders. Like, do you know what reversing blood flow can do to the body? And I just like stick my fingers in there, and then next thing you know, the body just explodes. It's just like, yeah, I don't think that binding vow is really favored, especially with someone against me. No. He's like, I already know. Yeah.
She says, damn you bastard. It doesn't matter. I'll kill you. I will kill you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Try it then.
She grins and says, okay, fine. I'll try. She tries to right now shoot another railgun straight to you.
And I was just like, I deflected it again. I was like, look, hey, I know this ain't your best. After all, I heard that you can use 1 billion volts of electricity, so why don't you try that one, huh?
She scoffs and says, fine, but if you die, it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna make sure I fry you like a goddamn chicken.
Alright.
Well,
I will not move from this spot.
She screams to the heavens, and this is where she sends a huge bolt of lightning straight towards mostly, well, Dante.
And let's just say that there was a huge cloud of smoke, and a very large portion of an area almost hit Toto and Yuji. Wait.
What? Oh, you want me to kind of do them? Or kind
Yeah,
of.
sure.
This is where, well, before Yuji and Toto can actually keep fighting, this is where they see a giant bolt of lightning rushing towards them, and this is where Yuji uses his flames to try to block it. But Toto knew that that shit wasn't going to happen, so of course Toto decided to punch him in the face hard enough to actually push him out of the way, while Toto jumped out of the way also. This is where, well, mostly the lightning bolt kind of just went past him. This is where, well, this is where Yuji says, "Oh, what the hell was that?" This is where Toto says, "Hey, don't look away from a battle, brother." This is where, well, while that was happening, this is where Yuji started fighting mostly Toto again. But we go back into
And then
Dante.
Maki and Miwa had to dodge it too. Like, bro, they barely dodged it. It was like, and then all the way to it hit the freaking Kyoto district where I mean it hit the place where Gojo was at. Like, what the? He said, "Sheesh," and then everybody's like, "The girl's power's terrible." You know, Gakuganji said that. Gojo said she keep doing something like that. I heard she's actually the closest one to being actually special grade now. She's almost on me and Accelerator's level, Dante's level. You know, Otsuhime said, "She is my personal student after all." Like, yeah, but I feel like this is still one-sided. And then we go back to her POV, and now I'm standing there with a freaking hole in my chest, like, dang.
This is where,
Okay,
oh, okay. Wait, do I continue?
yeah.
Okay, so this is where, well, mostly Mika says, "Yes, yes, I kill you this time." She This is where she's smiling and saying, "I did it, Dad. I murdered the bastard that killed you."
And now, then I just said, "You actually thought that worked? Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That oh no, that hurt definitely. But reverse curse technique. I'm sorry. I
What?
just healed myself. Like, yep.
Her eyes widen. This is where, well, she kind of clenches her teeth. This is where, well, she then looks back at you and says, "Why aren't you dead? Just die already."
I was like, she tries to do it again, but I told her you don't have enough curse energy to pull it off again. So yeah.
This is where, well, she says, "I do. And I will prove it to you." This is where she started using all her last bit of curse energy to try to do it again. And
But then I just like recalibrated my brain to be able to detect something like that fast. I was like, all right. And then she fired it off, and then yeah, let's just say it almost took her head off of her skull. It literally just like sliced the bit of it off, and it just hits like backwards, where it like almost hit freaking Megumi in um um not that's Megumi and Nakamo, dude. He's like, what the? And I was like, and they were like, what the? He was like, you almost hit Max Elephant. But yeah,
but it was actually
some of her
rushing to
head was.
me. Wait. So the technique was actually rushing to me because I was right now looking around trying to look for Maya or mostly SF or Hana. But this is where, well, lightning was about to smash into me until this is where I use my darkness. Darkness barrier wall appears, and this is where it nullifies the lightning in an instant. This is where I say, "What the fuck was
Yeah, it
that?"
didn't nullify the impact though, and it still kind of went through.
This is
Like,
where it hit me,
geez.
but this is where I used mostly light regeneration to heal myself. I'm like, "What the fuck was that?"
And then some of this girl's skull is freaking chipped off of her head. I'm like, yeah, she's just on the ground. I was like, sheesh, you good? I just started walking up to her.
This is where she said, I am fine. I don't need your help.
It's like you're gonna bleed out. I literally see the blood just coming off from your head, and if you turn over, you most likely have like blood just pouring out along with some brain matter. So I don't need that.
She then just scoffs and says, I don't care. I'd rather die here than ever get help from you.
Hmm. Actually, in fact, why don't you use this experience?
What?
Force yourself to learn reverse technique. Because when a sorcerer is at the very brink of their life being challenged, they can actually pull off some amazing feats.
And why do you think I'm going to be able to pull that out?
You got potential, kid. Okay, you say you don't need my help. Prove it to me. I'll be staying around this tree.
She grit
I
her
won't help you.
teeth. She grit her teeth while looking at you and started kind of just wanting to kind of die, but at the same time, well, she doesn't want to die. She actually still wants to kill you. So of course, she started kind of trying to channel or try to surpass her limits to use reverse curse energy.
Hmm. I can tell her curse energy reserves are getting higher because of her hatred for me. Alright then, go ahead. Learn it. And then, she's, continue.
Oh man, I don't even know what kind of reverse curse energy she's gonna have.
It's literally the same thing. She's just stacking curse energy to create a positive.
Okay, fine. So while she's continuing on, this is where her hatred, this is where she started kind of uh, stacking curse energy to make a positive. She started kind of healing her head slowly but surely. This is where she says, "I'm
I
going
just
to
started
make."
grinning.
Oh,
I just started grinning. I was like, there you go. Continue.
this is where she says, "I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to rip you apart. I'm going to do this for my father. You bastard."
Then her head fully heals. She has a bit of hair missing, but hey,
She
hey,
then
I see some follicles though.
uh, she then
So,
kind of noticed
continue.
you and kind of says, "I'm not dead, but this time I'll kill you, bastard."
I was like, yeah, I think we're done here.
What?
Yeah, we're done here.
No, no, you can't just say we're done.
Uh, look, okay, I just hope you learn reverse curse technique and most likely you may not be able to pull it off like that again unless you train it. So,
So, so you're just gonna fucking walk away from me?
um, yeah, and plus you're kind of drained now because you literally stacked cursed energy on top of it to get a positive number. So I could tell you're kind of out of it.
I'm
Unless you
not.
want to throw, unless you want to throw straight hands.
Huh. I guess it will be straight hands. She falls down and passes out.
Yeah. Okay. I just picked her up and I was like, all right. I just decided to find out where I could like make her stay at while she rests. So yeah, I just placed her on the ground like at a river and we'll just put my jacket on top of her, let her sleep for a bit while I freaking go ahead and just chill and try to fish.
While that was happening, we go into my time skip, or mostly my POV. Can I continue or?
Yeah, you can see.
Okay. So while mostly that happened, I kind of did get hit, and I was like, "Damn, the jacket got fucked." Whatever. This is where I'm running around until mostly a sword was about to cut my head, or not even a sword, it was literally a knife, and this is where I managed to dodge to the right. This is where, well, I was like, what the? Oh, wait. Oh, you're here. Hana Yuri, isn't that your name? This is where, well, mostly, or hi Yuri. This is where, well, she then says, huh, so you're the kind of Raikou guy that I heard about. You're interesting. Also kind of cute. This is where I say, uh-huh. You're not bad yourself, but hey, I'm not really in the middle of a good time to have a chit chat because I have to kind of finish this and meet up with my team or deal with the cursed spirits. Don't know what Dante's doing, but I feel like he's relaxing right now. But whatever. Or probably high off his goddamn rockers again. Who cares? This is where, well, I kind of get ready to fight mostly Hayuri. Hayuri kind of pulls out a kind of like a like disc somewhat. It kind of looks like a disc, or mostly think of it like the Yu-Gi-Oh kind of like mostly dual thing, but it's not on her. It's kind of like right next to her. This is where she pulls out a weapon, and it's called the Black Martian. This is where, or Black Mars. This is where, well, she then looks at mostly me and grins and says, well, it's time to see if you're skilled enough to fight me. This is where, well, I kind of look at her and says, who knows? All I know is, well, you're dangerous as hell, but who cares? This is where I use darkness manipulation, or mostly, not darkness manipulation, mostly it's called. So pretty much it's called, the ability that I use is called darkness creation, which allows me to kind of use dark matter to kind of summon weapons that are already embedded with dark nullifying mostly curse energy. But yeah, but of course this is where I make this sword that's right now the thumbnail, this kind of blackish sword, and I says, yeah, bring it on then. This is where, well, she smiles, and this is where before I can even rush at her, bullets right now shoot at me, and this is where, well, I'm actually dodged to mostly the right, mostly kind of turn my head back to before getting hit by the bullets. This is where I turn around just to see Maya right now on the tree and saying, where do you think you're going, handsome? I was like, oh, great. You're here also.
She can only fire one bullet because her construction curse technique is
yeah, but she had it kind of. Yeah, but she had.
She got extras.
Yeah, that's why she got extras. She hasn't actually created any bullets just yet. That's where I says, ooh, hey Maya, you're going to be a problem also. This is where I start to actually smash into me, or mostly just try to freeze my legs, but this is where I jump up in the air, use darkness nullification to try to, well, nullify the ice, and this is where I say, okay, I guess my prediction was right. I'm going to have to go against 3 beauties. But before I kind of deal with any of this is where lightning behind me almost smashed upon. I'm like, not this thing again. Who the hell even hit me? This is where I managed to dodge and turn around and sees a girl with kind of greenish hair, greenish eyes, and mostly kind of pale skin. Yes, this is none other than Candace. I'm gonna add her.
Bro, people are gonna be like, bro, you already added Candace to Black Clover.
Fuck you then. Doesn't matter. Shut up.
Anyways.
Let me just begin, okay? So, mostly after, what's it called? That happened. This is where I say, okay, 4 beautiful women. This is going to be annoying. This is where, well, I kind of summon out a gun from my hand, mostly using darkness, mostly darkness creation to make a gun. So get ready for long range and short range, because clearly this is going to be annoying. But before anything happens, this is where, well, from my jacket, I drop like these small little kind of like black kind of bombs that smashed into the ground, but it wasn't actually explosion, but instead like smoke that started seeping out from the kind of, well, bombs entirely. This is where, well, covering my distance and right now hiding my mostly curse energy, so they won't be able to sense it. This is where Candace right now uses lightning to try to go through the smoke and say, where the hell did it go? Damn it! This is where, well, she gets angry in frustration. This is where, well, mostly both Maya and even Hana kind of says, okay, this is going to be more annoying than ever. I heard his freaking ability is allowed to nullify mostly curse energy, create mostly weapons, and also what else? This is where, well, mostly Steph says, don't know, but we need to before she can even do anything, she uses her weapon, mostly her own curse weapon, which it looks like a sword. I forgot what it kind of actually looks like, but yeah. But mostly, she kind of pulls it out to block a sword strike from a dark shoulder. Right now, a shoulder that kind of looks like this in this picture. This one right here, down here. But yeah, kind of near this one. Yeah. that kind of has like a cape and a red kind of scarf on top or whatever the hell it is. But this is where, well, or red flag mostly. But this is where, well, Esther says, damn it, what is that? This is where Candace says, don't know what it is, but I need to kill it. This is where she was using lightning from her hand right now. It's an ability for her, from her curse energy. And of course, this is where, well, she was about to kind of use Thunderbolt, which is basically her kind of cursed technique. But of course, before doing that, this is where I shot bullets at her, and this is where, well, she managed to dodge. She says, what the? Damn it. So he's hiding, playing fucking mouse or cat and mouse, because clearly he's going to keep hiding. Maya says, okay. She's trying to look around, trying to spot me, but of course, this is where I appear behind her, literally through her own shadow. So I was like, sup, Maya? Maya says, how did you? I was like, I figure out how to do this in this middle situation, but it doesn't really matter. It also does kind of take a lot of portion mark curse energy, but doesn't matter. This is where Maya says, wait, what do you mean? This is where I knock her out, basically hitting her in the kind of like neck and says, good night there, Sleeping Beauty. This is where, well, I kind of had to deal with mostly a angry Candace who was right now kind of using lightning, and also Han Yuri, who was trying to, well, stab against me with her kind of cursed mostly sword. This is where I blocked the sword, mostly the sword strike. Well, mostly it's a needle, but not the point. This is where I tried to point my gun straight towards mostly Candace, and Candace says, don't you think you can just get away from me? This is where she sent Thunderbolt straight to me, and this is where I managed to dodge. I was like, okay, great. Lightning, and also while fighting someone who's close range. Knocked out Maya, good thing. Esif is right now fighting against mostly Icarus, which this could be bad or good, but I need to figure out how to split them both, because their teamwork seems to be incredible. Or just lucky at this point, because it doesn't look like they work that well now that I think about it. Because Candace is kind of cussing out on Yuri about mostly getting in the way, and this is where Yuri kind of just scoffs and ignores her half the time. This is where, well, mostly that is happening. We go into mostly Gojo and, well, the others in that place. Gojo says, huh, it looks like, well, Raikou is having mostly, well, karma. That's what you get, you little brat. This is where, well, Urahime says, so he's the one to nullify mostly curse energy. That's interesting. So that's why I could easily punch Gojo. I need to talk to him. This is where Urahime says, I need to talk to him. I need to ask him to nullify permanently fucking Gojo's limit so I can actually hurt him so much. This is where, well, Gojo right now feels like this trembling kind of dark energy from Urahime, and he turns around to see Urahime right now releasing so much dark energy, having such a sinister grin on her face. This is where making Gojo scoot away, because, well, he for some reason feels terrified of mostly Urahime's kind of womanly instincts to kind of hurt him really bad. This is where, well, for some reason he just doesn't want to deal with that. But yeah, of course, well, while that was happening, we go back into mostly my battle with mostly both Candace and even, well, Hayuri. Hayuri. But yeah, this is where, well, they were both arguing, fighting, kind of. But this is where, well, mostly Hayuri was kind of ignoring Candace. This is where, well, Esther was still fighting against, well, Icarus. And this is where I kind of say, how to deal with them. I got it. This is where I started rushing straight towards Candace. And Candace says, oh, you're going to fight me then. Good to know. This is where I say, nope, not really. This is where my hand glowed mostly with this, like, light energy. Candace was confused, but this is where I flashed the shit of her. Mostly using a bit of, mostly reverse curse energy. This is where, well, with that happening, this is where, well, she gets her eyes right now blinded for a second. Say, you mother! This is where, well, I kind of punched the shit of her in her stomach, right now pushing her away. Right now using my sword to block the needle again from mostly Hanyuri, and this is where Hanyuri says, your skill is hell. This is where, well, I let go of the sword, pull out 2 darkness daggers that I created in an instant. And this is where, well, I know that I'm wasting curse energy, but still, it's kind of annoying when I gotta fight against 4 people. This is where, well, I kind of went down, kind of crouched down after kind of letting go of the sword, and slashed at both, well, mostly Hanyuri's kind of stomach. Hanyuri goes, damn it. This is where, well, she was kind of not going down too easily. She decides to stab the needle straight to my hand, or mostly my arm. And this is where I wind my eyes and say, damn it, she hit one of my pressure points. This is where, well, making my arm kind of, well, numb as hell. And this is where, well, Hanyuri says, now you're going to lose. This is where, well, I say, yeah, right, Hanyuri. How about no? This is where, well, I kind of, well, use a new other ability, and that is what's it called? Light, mostly, how should I say? Let me, wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep going. Or
Yeah, I'm keep going. But mostly, I then use what's it called dark protection again to actually kind of block the attack. Mostly armor pierce, stabbing into mostly the armor, and this is where Hanyar says, "What the?" This is where I then punch the shit of her in her stomach right now, knocking her out very hard. Right now, I use enough curse energy to use Black Flash. This is where we're punching her straight to the wall. Well, not wall, mostly tree, knocking her out. And say, "Ugh." She knocked out for a second, or not a second, mostly for a couple of hours or whatever. This is where I turn around to see Candace, and Candace right now has lightning and saying, "You're going down." This is where I say, "Not exactly." This is where I then use dark manipulation. This is where, well, I know I'm wasting so much curse energy, but it doesn't matter at this point. This is where I then use tentacles to appear underneath me, and this is where wrapping mostly Candace, and Candace says, "What the? This is, what the hell?" This is where, well, she kind of was shocked, and of course, she can't use her thunderbolt because her arms are right now grabbed. And this is where, well, I then say, "Sorry about this, but not entirely. Sorry about hurting your beautiful face." This is where I then use mostly Black Flash again, or yeah, Black Flash again into her face, knocking her out. This is where, well, I then noticed Estef managed to kind of freeze Icarus. This is where she says, "So annoying." This is where, well, I say, "Yeah, this is going to be more annoying." This is where, well, I then use my reverse kind of curse technique to do light movement. This is where I literally kind of shot in front of myself in blinding, literally light speed, smashing into mostly, again, mostly Estef, but Estef was kind of managed to block with her own sword and says, "That's not going to happen." This is where I say, "You're right, but here, have a little present." A bit of my last curse energy, but it doesn't matter. I threw a bomb right in front of her, and this is where she said, "What the?" This is where smashing into the tree, and she's knocked out for a count. I kind of got tired and fell down. This is where I said, "Ugh, damn it." I then, when I still have enough curse energy to heal myself, which I am, I use light regeneration to allow mostly a bit of light to kind of go on my arm to kind of heal it. But yeah, I then says, "Well, it's all up to Dante and the others. I'm taking a small nap then." This is where, well, we go into Dante's time skip, or mostly, well, POV, but yeah.
so right now, I'm just cooking fish, right? Just like you know, some, and then like Mika's started to sniff, started to smell the food. And then she woke up, and then she saw me. I was like, "Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead." Oh, you do her voice?
Wait, I'm in the bathroom.
Yo, yo.
Wait, I'm in the bathroom. Wait, let me actually go use it real fast.
Oh, did you pause it?
What? Oh, no,
Did
I
you
didn't pause it. Do you want me to pause it or not?
Pause it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I started.
Okay, it's like you finally
Oh.
awake.
This is where, well, Mikasa kind of said, "Ow, my head. I feel so tired. Damn you bastard." This is where, well, she kind of just glares at mostly Dante.
Yeah. Get your energy up and eat.
I, why would I get free food from the murderer like you?
You know, just because I look, it's not the fact that I murdered your old man. It's just the fact that, well, he was a true Jujutsu sorcerer to the end. No, I didn't want to kill him at first. I guess I never told you that.
How should I believe you? Huh?
Well, have you ever noticed that your old man was always like leaving, like would come back with a bit of blood on his hands?
Yeah.
He was testing himself against other sorcerers.
Okay.
It's some traits that Jujutsu sorcerers have, especially the ones that have pride. Like your old man. Why do you think he tried to teach you about your curse technique so much? So you can be at your best, so he can fight you.
Hmm.
You know?
Fine. I guess I
And you had a
understand.
whole, yeah. So, and don't blame your old man, okay? A lot of Jujutsu sorcerers back in the Heian era, There was also Toji Fushiguro, and there was even people in the Edo who wanted to test themselves against the strongest, and even saw me, and even had information that was from the Gojo, and had a very powerful ability. Heck, the higher ups even labeled me a special grade after I got reverse curse technique.
Okay, fine, I understand. So you're basically telling me that I should eat so I can kill you later.
Pretty much. If you
Whatever.
can.
Whatever. She grabs the fish and just eats it. But
Um, so, tell me, what else do you know about your curse technique? Electromagnetism? It's pretty broken. Like, you're just using the railgun portion. You have a whole lot more.
this or she just kind of tries to ignore you, but yeah.
I actually have some knowledge, electromagnetism. Want me to teach you some?
Hmm? She just hears you a bit.
Yep.
Okay, I'm
And,
interested.
oh,
I'm interested, she said.
okay. Good. So, and before I could say anything, I noticed that Barry had just went up. I was like, uh, she was like,
What?
and of course she kind of choked her food a bit, like, uh, um, yeah, looks like we're getting some invaded stuff. Anyways, here, drink this water and wash down your food. We gotta get.
Go, go.
All right.
But yeah, she finished drinking and just kind of looks at you and says, fine.
All right. So, okay, so yeah, okay, what am I saying? Okay, um, uh, Lightning's POV.
Oh, we go into my POV. This is where, well, I kind of started kind of slowly waking up after a while, and this is where, well, I said, my head hurts like a lot. Ow. Why did I kind of use too much curse energy? I know I'm limited curse energy thanks to the fact that I have these two rings that no one actually knows about, but, I heard it. Okay. I should really, damn it, I'm not smart enough to actually deal with shit like this. Damn it. I'm not Dante, so why the fuck did I use my brain to try to fight against him like that? Just, ow, ow, ow.
I just pull up like, who knows?
Huh?
Maybe just that stupid.
I look back up and say, screw you, Dante. Also, what? Why are you in front of me? Weren't you like across the whole map?
Um, Kinda. I kind of just picked this. I picked Mikasa up, and I just picked her up and just jumped over here.
Okay. What are you doing here anyway? Did we win or did we lose?
Well, don't you see what's in the air? The
Huh?
barrier has been put up.
I look up to see mostly the barrier and I say, what the? Actually, that's easy to break. My eyes right now tells me what exactly it needs to be broken. I was like, yeah, that's easy to break.
All right, let's try to get there.
Yeah,
And then I just sense Megumi and Maki are in trouble right now, dealing with a special grade curse.
I kind of also sense it, but I was like, you go. I will deal with the girls here that mostly should be knocked out around here.
All right,
This
and
will,
Mikasa, you coming?
Mikasa says, fine, I'll go. Just so I don't see my internal rival die so soon? Hmm.
Oh, eternal rival.
Yes. When I get that knowledge, I'm going to kill you.
Bet. And then, so,
Uh, uh,
so we just run over, and for right now, we see Megumi and Aki, uh, kind of in the same scuffle they were in with uh, with Hanami, and so basically, how do I say this? Yeah, so basically, Maki gets like strangled up, and while um Megumi is struggling to is trying to summon Maharaga or something. No, she says our job is done here, and let's just say, not only does Hanami get in a bullet to her freaking head, well, she almost didn't dodge or whatever. He also had to watch out for a a he got blasted away, but then there was like two stomps, and it was like you see like um Toto and Itadori show up. He was like, Toto was like, huh? I was like, yo, what's up, Toto? Oh, you
okay.
told me.
Toro says, "Ah, if it isn't that man that I respect his choice." Hello there,
Yeah,
Dante.
yeah. We sensed the special grade energy. It was like, and apparently it's coming from that plant-looking creature. It's like a rose toy. But let's not talk about that. And then me, because I was like, what the freak? How does he know what? Oh wait, he's older than me, right? Like, I think you know what a rose toy is. She was like, we're not talking about this. I'm like, oh. anyway, anyways, no, like, so Anami's like, great. Not only am I dealing with annoying brats, but now I'm dealing with a Gojo. He's like, I don't consider myself a Gojo. I mean, I'm a relative, but who cares? But actually, Mikasa, hmm? What is it? You get with hand-to-hand combat, right?
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah. Why?
okay. So I sense your curse energy got a bit more refined, and I can tell after your awakening, you became stronger. So what I want you, so me and Toto look at each other. We want y'all to pull out the Black Flash.
The black what?
Basically, it's just increase the probability of it happening by most likely being in a near death state or it just happens randomly.
Uh, I see. I might be. I feel a little
Yeah.
confused on it. Okay, then I guess I give it a try. Dante.
Oh yeah. All right. I said proceed. So Itadori and Mikasa go ahead and box up Hanami, and Mikasa's pretty good, but well, even though her arms are pretty skinny, but, like she has a little bit of muscle, so she can do it. Me and Toto just sitting back, and then basically, they try to both land it at the same time, but they messed it up. So like, I just walk in like, yo, gang. We both smacked him. I told, Toto told what no, what and Toto told Itadori what he wanted, and I said, lock in if I tweak at. Like, what, what, yep. she's like, oh,
Oh, she's like, screw you, you big freaking meathead.
it was like I said, lock in for our sweet cat. I go,
Uh, whatever.
and they both lock in to the point where they're both drooling from their mouth. Something like I was like, there it is. And then they just freaking go ahead and distort faces, like they go ahead and allow the black flash, or I like to call go just something like that. Just sent this man Hanami flying. And
Actually,
then she was like,
wait, can I
oh,
say one thing?
oh, continue.
Yuji's Isidori kind of punch for mostly Black Flash is kind of coated with fire. But yeah, so it kind of will be like a Falcon punch.
And then like it's just like with Mikasa, it was like a stronger. She was like, and then she just started feeling like this nirvana, like she's understanding the flow of cursed energy now, a bit better than what she used to. Can you speak?
Okay, mostly she says, this is where she says, why do I get to feel, why, I feel like I'm understanding my curse technique much better, curse energy. What is this?
That is the effect of the Black Flash.
I,
When distorts curse energy, Flash is black, and by byproduct, you start to understand the curse energy way better than you used to. Now, your reserves are a little bit more higher now.
I,
And tell me, do you like the feeling?
I do. This is one more step closer to killing you. She had a very evilish smile.
There. So now I think you know that you can control Electrum, right?
Yeah, I can.
Anyways, now how about you start by coating your body with electricity? And I feel like you can do that.
This is where she proceeds to do it. Wow.
Like exactly. Now I think your curse energy trait is basically that. I just didn't exactly a bit. Oh, that was then. No, Hanami just starts getting up. I won't be defeated by some block and some little girl. Like, hmm. And the thing is, it was like, all right, Itadori, Yuji. I mean, Itadori, Mikasa, go and fight this dude.
This is
They just start rushing at this man, and yeah,
Isidori's.
going off.
Right.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Isidori kind of says, "Got it." This is where, well, he then kind of was understanding mostly his curse technique, and of course understanding what to do next, but he doesn't know if he should do it. And will be the right moment to actually use his actually kind of move that he hasn't used against Toto, and remembers the technique that mostly he was kind of like training upon, mostly with me and not Hanami, mostly Anonymous, but yeah. That's where he says, got it. This is where he rushes at mostly, Hanami. But yeah.
Yeah, no, Mikasa goes ahead and just starts punching Hanami in her arms, and it's just like stunning Hanami a bit because of electrical eel. And then, yeah. And so I was like, yo, Toto, want to jump in?
Hell yeah. Let's kick the shit out of this plant.
And I was like, all right. So, I just go ahead straight up, just kick freaking Hanami in the face. They just get pushed down to the ground. But then it just starts like summoning disaster. Like, oh, I just straight up go ahead and have freaking Mikasa, because I know she's not moving. Go ahead. And then just start going crazy. No, Toto and Gaines, they do a cannon.
Wait.
Then next thing you know, we just all three of us like, I just throw Mikasa on me, and she just punched this dude in the freaking face, and three of us just like, I put my foot to both legs, and like Itadori and Toto punch him in the chest like cannon. So yeah, we're about to get a Hanami again and disappear, let its
What?
thing disappear.
Oh wait, can I
Crap.
say something? So wait, would I be going into my POV or not?
Sure.
So before anything else can happen, we go into mostly my POV, which mostly I just told the girls to kind of get up because I use a bit of mostly reverse curse energy heal. And this is where well they were all healed. They were angry at me, of course. Maya was very pissed off on me because well she couldn't really use her kind of ability against me, just knocking her out. But of course, well, I was talking to them that they should probably get to their team and other things. But this is where I felt like a strange energy, and it quite seemed familiar, and my mostly eyes turned dark as hell. This is where, well, mostly they were confused until I just told them to kind of get up and mostly hurry up and get to their team, or to their mostly towards their instructor and other things. This is where, well, they nodded in confusement, but they started leaving. This is where, well, I make a darkness dagger and a gun right now appear in my hand, and I said, I know you're there. You can get out already. A man with mostly whitish hair, what kind of, yeah, whitish grayish hair, and of course his eyes seems to be similar to my eyes, but not entirely. This is where I kind of open them and says, huh, didn't notice you, a brat that was made for me, will actually notice my presence. So tell me, Raikou, how has it been? It's been only, how should I say, 17 years since I seen you last time. That's why I narrow my eyes and says, fuck you, old man. This time I'll kill you. I'll make sure you're dead. I'll make sure you stay 6 feet under. That's why I almost see the person grins and says, yeah, like if you could. Besides, I'm here on a mission, and this mission's to kill you. This where well, I narrow my eyes at him. This where well, both of us right now rush each other. Right now with blind speed. This is where I try to stab upon him with a dagger. He managed to block it with a sword, and then insert not a sword, a knife. This is where well, I tried to shoot at him, but the knife right now cut through the kind of like mostly gun barrel, and this is where I wind my eyes. This is where I tried to stab with him to the dagger. But of course, we were rushing at each other multiple times. That's where, well, we were adapting to each other's kind of fighting skill, even though mine was a little bit random at this point. This is where, well, I started kind of using bombs, smoke bombs, started kind of using a sword, a kind of darkness sword to try to nullify whatever the hell he's using to increase his speed or any of that. This is where I started using mostly my darkness manipulation and other things, but none of it worked against mostly this man. Except mostly reverse curse energy light movement, which I was able to move faster than him, but mostly in a straight line. And since there was no reflections or mirrors around here, I couldn't bounce around. So of course it worked well. I kind of lost towards this person because this person right now pulled out a sword. This sword was quite powerful. It had a very dark malicious energy to it. I didn't know what type of sword was it, but it was katana. It was a katana, but I didn't know the name of it. This is where he decides to slash my chest, and this is where, well, I had mostly my chest bleeding a lot. Even mostly another X appears because, well, another line, but this time the opposite slash, so kind of showing a huge X on my chest. This is where he then stabbed the kind of sword into my neck, pulls that out and stab into my head. This is where, well, or not head, just neck entirely. This is where, well, he pulls it out and says, well, now you're dead. This is where I cough up blood and say, you think I would die that easily? I tried to use mostly light regeneration to try to mostly, well, be able to kind of heal myself. But this worked well. He then just smirks and says, well, I thought you would die that easily, but I guess not. This is where he swings his sword towards mostly my neck, cutting it mostly almost entirely off. But this is where I fall down and say, this is where, well, mostly a bit of mostly skin was still attached towards my mostly head and mostly underneath my body, but not the point. This is where, well, he grinned saying, well, now you're dead. Now you won't be a problem in the near future. This is where, well, I was kind of, well, remembering a kind of flashback towards mostly talking towards Nanami. When Nanami was actually talking to me, mostly we were both talking about mostly how I was able to use reverse curse energy, black flash, and understanding my techniques much better. Nanami kind of questioned me if I'm being too selfish. This is where, well, there's a thing about being too selfish and other stuff, and that's why I'm never getting stronger. This is where I question him and says, what do you mean I'm being too selfish? Isn't that what sorcerers are? This is where he says, yes, entirely, that's what sorcerer does, be really selfish about themselves. But entirely, you're being way too selfish. You're being only selfless to one person, and that is because Yuji is the only person that you trust. You don't trust anyone else. I know that. I know that look from your eyes. You barely trust me, Dante, or anyone else in any matter. You might have met them. You might have acted friendly to them. You might have become friends with them. But you're still so selfish to yourself, and only yourself. You desire revenge only. I know that. Look, you only desire that revenge to kill a certain person. I don't know who exactly you desire to kill, but you know you have to actually act some selfless stuff. You gotta be smarter than this. You can't just go rushing into things in just bombarded kind of fashion style. You gotta be smart, but you also gotta show a bit of selflessness, then mostly selfish. This is where, well, I kind of just look at Nanami and says, so what do you want me to do? Show a bit of I care about people? This is where he says, no, you don't need to really care about people too much, but you gotta at least care enough about the other people around you, the people that you finally met, the people that you kind of, well, mostly met at their aging a bit. I know that mostly when you were younger, you were alone, truly alone, that mostly you didn't care about anyone. You didn't care about no one at all. But that doesn't mean right now you're alone. You have friends. You have mostly a brother. You have people you can trust. You can't just always be alone, relying on yourself. That's where I look at him and say, that is true. Well, I guess you're right, Nanami. Maybe you're right. But this isn't my only fight to fight against him, kill him, and win. But I guess you're right. It doesn't matter if I win or not. Well, it does matter, but it doesn't. I don't know how to explain this. Well, I guess you're right. This is where we go into the POV of me kind of about to slowly die, but this is where I started using reverse curse energy. And actually my reverse curse energy was actually kind of healing my neck faster. Mostly lines started appearing in my neck. But this is where, well, they're basically attaching my head towards my mostly body. This is where, well, I started healing myself faster than normal. Light started actually appearing. And this is where I got up in an instant. This is where, well, I look high as shit, but my eyes started evolving in an instant, adapting in an instant. This is where, well, I kind of put my hands together in an instant. And this is where, well, I kind of put my hands to kind of look like that of a triangle. Mostly, not triangle. Mostly, how should I say? Mostly both of my hands together, but mostly they're reversed from each other. Mostly facing up and down. Mostly my right facing down, while my up facing, mostly my left facing up. And this is where I say domain expansion, or mostly, domain expansion. It's called mostly, let me show you. So the domain expansion right now is called, well, Holy Fallen Mirror World Kingdom. This is where, well, pretty much it allows the user to create a landscape over 180 yards, basically that being 2.5 football fields. The ground itself right now is covered in darkness, literally turned black, and it literally erases all and cancels all what's it called curse energy. And it also allows to summon out dark creatures which started appearing, but they look like demons with black and purple armor to appear to kill enemies that capture in this mostly 180 yard field. And also, since this is the mirror world, up in the sky appears a light version of, well, underneath, but instead of like flying, well, light flying soldiers that look more like angels with light white and golden armor appears, and mostly they're attacking enemies from above the sky. And the manipulation creation and of weapons around and amplify the darkness and light to a whole new level. Also, my eyes completely involved. Well, these are mostly my eyes and how they look like. Mostly this was when I was younger, to mostly middle school, and mostly how that was also during the whole battle with me. What's it called? Mihito and other things, with mostly Nanami and other things. And this is how now they look like. They evolved to this after I kind of used the domain. But yeah, the domain isn't entirely a domain. It mostly is like a whole field that right now destroys the barrier itself, because anything that was on the ground, and since the mostly those nails were on the ground, they got destroyed in an instant. Everything was nullified in an instant, canceled to the brim for no one really able to use curse energy. So mostly Gojo, who was actually trying to break in, he was going to mostly fly up in the air to actually break it because he was already in the air. But when he was in the air, saw this whole field in the mirror world, he was confused, very confused. His eyes was right now just trying to analyze in confusement what exactly this world is. He realized it's a domain expansion, but instead of being an expansion of domain, it's actually literally a field, and it reaches almost all the way towards mostly Tokyo itself. But this is where, well, mostly Gojo says, "What the?
Ain't no
Where?"
way. Ain't no way you just pulled off a barrierless domain. I just come out of nowhere and said that. Like, crazy.
I was kind of, well, mostly I kind of summon it out, and this is where, well, mostly I look at my father. My father says, "What the? How did you?" This is where, well, I look at him with mostly my eyes right now showing. I said, "I'm not dying this time, asshole. I'll make sure that mostly, even though, well, the mirror world, I should mention how this is kind of based on. Also, the music that I wanted to play in the background, I don't really want to play it because it might get copyrighted. But the song that might be playing that kind of sounds great for this whole thing would be called My Own Miracle, made by Civilian Soldier. But yeah, if you want to hear it, then yeah, go hear it. But other than that, pretty much this mirror world represents my emotions. Mostly the lighting, my emotions yeah. The light part is mostly the emotions of me, yeah, not emotions. Mostly my darkness part will be mostly the emotions of my born when I was younger. That being mostly represent the hatred, the despair, and mostly loneliness. While the light part kind of represent the mostly not being alone, not having despair, and not having hatred. So being happy entirely, the positive emotions. While darkness represent the negative emotions. But yeah, this is where, well, I go towards looking at my father, and this is where, well, I say, well, this is time for my fight, and I'll kill you this time, father. This is where my father winds his eyes and right now glares at me and says, "You think that this is going to help you at all? You are just mistaken. You're still nothing but a child in my eyes." This is where I glare at him and says, "I might be a child, but I'm still a fucking badass to kick your ass." But yeah, this is where, well, we go into mostly our POV of fight. This is where I summon out two darkness weapons while summoning out creatures of darkness to try to kill him. But yeah, now we go into Dante's POV. Yes, mostly angels up literally above mostly, well, where mostly Dante and the other side were just confused. But yeah, we go into Dante's POV.
Yeah, so basically it although wait, so now your barrier's up, I can't use my technique right now.
No, no one ever, like, literally, even what's it called, Hanami itself cannot use curse energy. He's slowly kind of withering away because literally he needs to be connected. But yeah,
Oh, okay. So everybody's basically dang near heavenly restriction.
yeah,
Well, okay. So like Maki's still able to be operating, right?
yeah. Amaki's operating pretty good. Even what's it called, Yuji somewhat. But yeah.
Alright.
Also, I should mention Gojo's operating because he's flying up in the air.
Alright. I see. I was like, yo, I thought someone of Ryom and Sukina's caliber can pull an open barrier domain. Huh? What do you? And then Mikasa was saying something like,
Mostly she says,
yeah,
what the hell? Why can't I use my curse energy? What is this bullshit?
well, this is Lightning's domain, yeah, like
Yuji says, wait.
like a
Yuji says,
hmm?
my brother managed to pull out a domain? That's so cool. So, are we trapped
Yeah,
in his barrier?
well, yeah, it's supposed to have a barrier, but this is actually pretty insane to think about it. A domain without a barrier. It's like painting without a. It's like you're painting it on air instead of a canvas. It's even said by sorcerers this is a divine technique. I can't even pull something off like this just yet.
This, That's where Yuji says, "Oh my God, are you saying my brother's a god?" This is where, well, uh,
I mean, he's still limited. He ain't got everything he needs as a sorcerer. After all, seeing Ryomen Sukuna's body just lit. He says, "Yeah, this guy ain't there yet."
this is where Yuji says, "Oh, I see. Well, I mean that is true. That's where, well, mostly,
And uh,
Mikaha or whatever her name is, kind of says, uh, so you're saying that this guy made a fucking domain expansion without a barrier? Who the hell can do that? Can't, uh,
I don't know. One thing I know is that Gojo may be able to talk.
you, what kind of monster did you people bring into your freaking school?
Well, we brought you, right?
Uh,
Your potential's insane. So why not?
she kind of just looks at you and says, fuck you, but at the same time, I don't know how I can feel about this. I can't even use my cursed energy. How are we gonna fight that thing over there?
Um, yeah. See, the thing is, how do I say this? Curses are made out of energy, so it's energy. It also mean we see Jaime just falling apart.
And also a light spear smashing into them. Well, mostly multiple light spears.
Oh yeah, that too.
Mikasa says, what the? What? Are those supposed to be angels? What the fuck is this place?
Like, well, it's a domain. That's basically what it is. And so, yeah, yeah, I can tell his curse energy is rapidly depleting. So, the domain should be over in three, two,
Before that, mostly we
one.
go into my POV. Before that, this is where, well, I managed to kind of stab a sword into my father's neck, being the same sword that he stabbed me into my neck, and I was saying, this time I'm not letting you survive. This is where I knew I was going to deplete my cursed energy, even with my two rings being kind of destroyed, mostly, well, not destroyed, mostly let go of my hand, because, well, mostly those two rings were mostly being the restriction for my kind of cursed energy, and that's why I had a lot. But yeah, not the point. This is where, well, I was about to like fully stab him in the head, and I did manage to stab him in the head and say, "Die, you bastard!" This is where, well, mostly the last bit of cursed energy kind of disappear, and of course I fall down. Right now, passing out, knocked out.
And then, after that, then the domain starts to come up. Well, start to turn off.
Gojo, who was literally watching all this, was amazed. He wasn't expecting, well, the kid who is completely, well, mostly using darkness to nullify things, well, from the ancient clan entirely, was this much of a monster. He then grins. He then actually appears next to where me, grabbed me, and actually was about to teleport me away, just so I didn't need to see my father's face, which I did stab and kill, and also took a sword, which a sword is none other called than Yamato, but not the point. It's a blade. This curse. Quite powerful. Might have been in the era of Sukuna, but who knows?
Well, I was also thinking since like the Yamato basically has spatial cutting powers, I was kind of thinking it was probably could be someone from the Gojo clan, like a limitless user.
Yeah, but don't worry about my father. He might have took that from somewhere.
True.
But that happens. This is where, well, Gojo noticed the blade itself and noticed how powerful it was. But it seems the blade is right now kind of being held on by me, and of course, he wouldn't take it away from me. He decides to kind of just disappear and actually appear next to mostly Josu, who Josu was shocked he couldn't use his cursed energy against the old man or mostly Urihime or any of that. Neither they couldn't do anything towards him, but Josu got defeated instantly. The guy who was basically saying, "I'm gonna turn you into my wallet, Gojo," but then Gojo killed him. But yeah, that man got one-shotted.
Yeah, with no hands, bro. It was just
No hands and no legs. Well, I mean, Josu had no legs and no hands, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh, what were you saying?
okay, so while Gojo defeated him, he decides to kind of, well, not drop mostly Raikou next to them because he still doesn't trust the old man. He knows the old man is quite suspicious as hell for a lot of things. So of course, well, he kind of just carry him, gives him a piggyback ride, basically giving me a piggyback ride. But yeah, that doesn't matter. But we go into mostly him kind of just was going to go find the others, but he knows that everyone can take care of themselves because luckily with this kind of nullifying the hell out of everyone's kind of cursed energy, literally just canceling it out. And with the angels on the sky being able to take out enemies that were kind of literally enemies that had quite a very dark energy than the other sorcerers. Basically, like those, like the guy that has a sword for a hand, well, mostly like a hand sword, whatever, for like the hand or whatever, kind of got literally one shot it, basically a light spear to the head, but yeah, to the dome, knocked out. But yeah, but of course, we go into a time skip. Time skip of mostly someone just waking up saying, "Oh my head hurts. Oh, this is so bad. This is worse than me using again Black Air Force. Oh no, this hurts." But yeah, we go into
Yeah, no, everybody starts to get their cursed energy back, and like, Mika's is starting to feel her electricity. Like, finally. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go check on I'm gonna go check on him, see if he's okay. So I just like jumped away.
Mika says, "Well, I'm gonna
And
kill you next time." She screams at you.
I'll be waiting.
Damn bastard! What are you looking at, meathead and pink hair?
They were like, hey, chill out. And so I just pull up on freaking I just look at him and I was like, yo, so how's that domain, bruh?
Ow, ow, ow! My hair hurts. Nope. Ah, domain. Wait, did I pull out a domain? Oh yeah, I did against him. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's perfectly fine.
okay. Okay. Oh. So basically you pulled out a not only just a domain, but a domain without a barrier.
I did? I thought it was just only me and him in that place. Did I actually pull that off?
Yeah, and this isn't just some like normal domain. A domain without a barrier is probably one of the hardest things to do.
I,
Realizing your domain without a barrier is like an artist painting on air. Painting without a canvas. Said to be a truly divine technique.
okay. Uh,
This is a simple feat.
can't
Not to
Gojo do
say I'm
this?
rather impressed. Not that I know of, but just because he can't do it doesn't mean he just because he didn't show it doesn't mean he can't pull it off.
This is where, well, before we keep talking, Gojo appears and says, "Yeah, I can't do it."
Wait, what?
This is where I look at him and say, "Are you sure or are you just trolling us?" "I can't do it." That's where he stick out his tongue. I look at Dante and say,
Okay.
"Is this man joking or
Sounds
is
like
this?"
it's impossible. People always had said Gojo anything Gojo put his mind to, he could always do it. Like if it was a sport, if it was figuring out a computer, if it was figuring out like bro. So you mean to tell me them eyes could not tell you how to do
Well, I mean, I don't really have mostly Raiku's eyes. Raiku's eyes managed to adapt to kind of my domain and actually managed to improve the domain that he was going to create. So entirely, if I had his eyes, I probably would have been able to kind of maybe do something like his. Just infinity. Not 180 feet, well, mostly 180 yards long, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, but I'm pretty sure you can figure out how to do it someone or something.
Well, maybe I can, but who knows? Am I going to try? Maybe. But right now, I'm gonna
Maybe.
go get some, well, food from, Tokyo. You know, the, not dumplings. What is it called again? What he bought in the season one? I forgot.
Uh, and who cares? It's not important.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's where he says, bye bye. That's where, well, I was like, so,
Okay.
how's
Oh
everyone?
no, wait. Um, everyone's pretty good. Mika still wants to kill me, but yeah.
I would say that she will be your girlfriend, but isn't she like 3 years younger than you? So I can't make that
She's
joke.
12. I think or 13. I forgot what the heck.
Yeah, well, that seems like a problem for you to deal with.
I'm okay with the issue. After all, she has potential.
Okay. Ooh, is Yuji okay?
Yeah, in fact, he even improved as a sorcerer by pulling Black Flash.
Finally, he learned that. Me and Nanami has been trying for him to actually learn it.
Yeah, y'all weren't convincing enough. We had to smack both of them in their face. Toto gave him a freaking pep talk while I gave Mika uh, some word.
Who the hell? Wait. Did you just say that Toto smacked him? My eyes right now kind of shift into murder.
Hey, at least he was able to pull it off, though.
That doesn't give him an excuse to fucking hurt my brother.
I mean, hey, he wasn't locked in though.
Whatever. Is Maya okay?
You mean that Zenin girl?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. What about the others? My domain didn't actually kill anyone, did it?
I see. They're pretty fine.
Oh,
Come on, let's pick them up.
okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
So we picked them. Got Maki, the rest of them. We got all the students just chill in the cafeteria. There's one. Let's just say there is one. Yeah,
what?
I mean it's a school, so I mean
Oh
we're
yeah,
gonna
there's a
be chill
cafeteria. Yeah, there should
in
be a
that
cafeteria.
cafeteria. Yeah.
But of course, I was still in bed. So yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
um,
sorry. Who was the one to right now use a fucking domain expansion without a barrier? It wasted so much energy. So that's why I'm in bed.
who did? Yeah, true. And then Gojo then comes in and makes an announcement. The event has been well, is now over. And like, yeah, so they're gonna do something else.
He actually.
Like,
Wait. Can I say one thing? So this is where Gojo kind of pulls out the hat and say, "Okay, Yuji, right now, draw a piece of paper." This is where Yuji says, "Okay." He grabs it and it literally says, "Baseball." Huh? Huh? Baseball.
what baseball?
This is where everyone
Like,
just looks at Gojo, back to Yuji, and just says, "What?"
and then like Gaku Ganji and freaking Gaga put one battles or something crazy. Like,
Wouldn't
hey,
didn't
I
the old
mean,
man kind of like grab the piece of paper, start kind of opening them all up and saying it just like baseball, start ripping them apart and screaming
yeah,
out Gojo's name?
yeah, and then like Gaku just like, hey, hey, they use like limitless like to walk on freaking ants. They don't die.
But yeah, You're just walking away. But yeah, but we go into the baseball
Yeah.
kind of thing. Wait, you want to do the baseball or not?
I mean, do you want to?
Fuck it, why not? Uh, Besides, this is 1 hour and 44 minutes. Do you wanna? I'm thinking of probably
Sure,
ending
let's
it
just
off
do it.
after this baseball thing, and then just going on probably for tomorrow for the other thing. But yeah,
All right.
but of course, mostly we go into the baseball event. So mostly everyone is there, and I mean literally everyone, because mostly Gojo managed to drag me out of my bed and somehow put me in the baseball team, even though I was so fucking exhausted. I was like, why? Gojo says, why not? You need some exercise? I was like, no, I don't. Let me go back in the bed. This is where, well, mostly Gojo says, no, come back. This is where I say, no, leave me alone. But
I
yeah,
come in there and said, mean he did just use an open barrier domain. And well, now everybody has infinite curse energy.
Gojo says, nah, he'll be fine. I say, do I look like a Gojo to you? He then looks at me, says, I mean, with some of that hair of yours turning white. So I should mention
My
one
hair.
thing. Mostly my hair did turn white after using domain expansion, but yeah. Since it was black, it turned white a
Tomorrow,
bit, but yeah.
take your top, your percentage, just as awesome your regular stamina.
That's where I just kind of look back and say, no, I don't want to play. Leave me alone.
Okay, I guess I'll just tell mine that she won't picture.
Huh? Wait, my? What?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really. This is where Mai actually appears and says, hey, Raikou. I was like, huh? Oh, hey, Mai. This is where mostly Mai says, wanna play baseball or not? This is where I kind of look at it and says, well, this is where, well, before anything happens, Candace says, you're playing baseball even you like it or not. This is where she glares at me. I'm like, what, why? I didn't even get to choose or not. I don't care. You're playing baseball even though you like it or not. I was like, are you just going to threaten me or something like that? Yes. Do I stutter? No. This is where she drags me into the fucking field. I'm like, are you fucking serious? I'm injured from the last battle, for fuck's sakes. Not entirely, I wasn't even injured. I was just tired. But yeah,
Yeah.
I was put up in the fucking batting arena and kind of right now seeing Candace with the ball. Right now kind of crackling the ball with lightning. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Yes, you were serious, bruh.
I just kind of look at Candace. I was like, okay, fucking toss it then. You fucking green hair bitch. This is where I was already annoyed of her. And this is where she says, what the hell did you call me? You fucking. This is where she tosses so fast until I just said, nullify domain, or mostly circular. This is where a cylinder appears around me, being the kind of black thing. This is where I then use this mostly not nullify. Dark kind of creation to, or not creation, mostly manipulation to use uh tentacles to appear around it, but not to actually grab it mid-air, but to just kind of, well, mostly just appear around it to just make a small wall or something, a thin wall to try to, well, mostly lessen the blow so I can hit it. Pow. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but I didn't care. I fucking just ran. Which when I ran, I just walked. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's crazy. And then it was my turn to to go ahead and get the I just go ahead and go to try to be okay, what the heck?
Batter?
So I just get up on the waiting with the guy with the baseball bat. Damn, I forgot was okay, my fault. And then Mikasa's the one to pitch, and then she was like, or she grinning. I was like, all right, what you
Uh,
finna do?
I noticed Dante says, good luck, Dante. This is where, well, mostly Candace is.
Oh, go ahead.
Mostly I was like, good luck there, Dante. Uh, before I can even say anything, Candace was saying, "You cheating son of a." This is where I say, "Weren't you using lightning against me in the first place? How am I cheating against you?" This is where, well, we both had an argument while mostly Estef, Hayuri, and even Maya just sweat up at seeing this, but yeah.
And so I was like, "So, you sure you can pitch that ball hard enough?"
She grinned, saying, "I can. Don't worry about it, Dante.
Okay.
You don't need
Next
to."
thing you know, she tries to pull out ball. She literally charges the same amount of energy had for that ultimate shot or whatever. I was like, yeah, she's going all out for this one. Hey, bruh, I'm worried about you, but yeah,
What?
just go ahead and just be like, that one guy who's behind me. He's like, because he saw what the heck that damage did, and he's just like, he just had to read by burst energy. It's not even gonna do nothing. And I had to use new shadow style, simple domain, and you know, she she uh she goes ahead and then finally pitches the ball, and somehow, some way, she's using a black flash. How? And then, but at the same time, I just use like new shadow style to hit it, hit it back, and then somehow I'm able to pull off a black flash between. I mean, between like baseball bat and the ball. I was like screaming like just saying that freaking just bashed it all the way.
Home run.
Just use like vectors. I just started running like, yes, sir. And that worked.
I was like, well, at least we won.
And then, like Toto and them, Maki then hit.
Toto was knocked out while Yuji screams out, "Brother, no!" I was like, wait, but I'm right next to you. This is where Yuji said, yeah, you're right. I mean, Toto, no! I'm like, I sweat drop saying, what the hell?
Yeah. Okay. And that's that. Then Megumi then goes and butts the ball. But so his friend can pass or something. Like, that's not gonna help him get far.
I was like, damn it, I should have tried something like that. Fuck.
And then, Mikasa still very salty. I was like, you good?
Hell no, I'm not good. Do I look good? I wanted to fucking murder you with a fucking ball.
Oh, well, you still got a long way to go before actually doing something to me again.
She grit her teeth and says, I'm going to find one way or another to murder you.
Yeah. I mean, there may be one way you could say.
And
but,
what's that?
Do you want to still touch me or something? Or, well, at least be able to at least land a hit.
Yes.
I take her for a second. I just come over here and says, so inside your body you have there's an inner domain,
An inner domain?
Yeah, in a domain expansion, curse techniques are kind of negged a bit. Well, at least for the person inside of it. So, what do you think will happen when you coat your body in your domain?
I'll be able to hit you.
Basically. Okay, so I show her the technique. I call it domain amplification.
She then says,
basically.
She kind of just looks at it and just says, I see.
Now try to pull it off.
She tries. She can't. She tries again. And one more time, and this is where she can. And this is where she now tries to punch you.
And then I just block with my hands like, see? I was actually using my vector shield to actually try to block it, but it was like this time it's actually forcing it because like she's not hitting me, but she's getting close, and then it hits. I'm like, see,
I see. This can work when I use railgun.
oh, yeah, I also forgot to tell you, you can't use your own technique with domain amplification.
She was right now having stars until her stars right now disappear and looks back at mostly you with a look of, what the fuck you mean?
Hey, I don't control the rules of Jujutsu. Better hope you make a binding vow or something. I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know. I don't know any binding vows I can counter this yet, but I'm thinking of some. Oh
You.
yeah, also binding vow. Now, I can tell you don't really think they're important, but it's one of the most essential things. Basically, if you can use a binding vow to make a binding vows can also be used to make like your curse technique stronger. Like Nanami's overtime, being able to only use like 80% of your curse energy, and for overtime, you're able to use 120%, and then your curse energy starts like your curse energy reserves start to overload.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna be straight with you. You have an absurdly good technique, an absurdly good amount of talent.
Uh huh.
You know what that means?
Uh.
That you're one of the very rare few people who can actually become the strongest. Reach the heights of Gojo and Ryomen Sukuna.
What
But
about
first, you need to become. Hmm?
what about that Raikou guy?
Oh no, he's definitely. Oh no, after this, he's definitely probably gonna be a special grade.
Okay. Well.
Yuji,
Oh, nothing. No. Go ahead.
uh, Yuji, I think he has the potential to be there too. And then there's Megumi. Oh, he definitely has potential to become a special grade if he can tame Mahobaga.
I see. Uh. But would I be able to do something like Raikou's kind of domain or not? Do I have that potential?
Well, it depends. Domains take imagination, and it's kind of difficult to imagine it like on air. Like maybe you can figure out do like a binding vow with your domain.
Oh.
I think it's more like I think it can be binding vowed a bit if like you're able to do if you're able to do it like just imagine like in like how do I say this? So basically, a domain without a barrier basically has an extended range, but at the same time, it's guaranteed hit is exchanged, but at the same time, the potency of the attack is much weaker, and it would also allow the opponent to escape.
I see.
Lots of
Well.
people don't really. Some people think it's like a divine technique, but it does have its weaknesses.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
how big can an expansion domain be without the
From what I
barrier?
saw, 200. From what I saw, 200 meters.
What? What do you mean 200 meters?
Well, from what I seen today, and you see, he was exhausted. So this man kind of ran out of curse energy.
You fucking. So I have to surpass you and that freaking monster. And all I just want to just kill you, not surpass anyone else.
Yeah. Well, see, here's also the thing. Like this. Hmm. 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 I don't have a domain yet.
What?
Don't have one yet.
Uh, so, are what? So
Yeah, creative.
I got defeated by a guy that doesn't even have a domain, and I gotta surpass you to kill you, or I gotta surpass him, the guy who literally made a freaking domain that has no barrier and it's right now. I I just hate Tokyo High. Then I completely hate all you guys.
I don't hate to play, I hate the game.
Whatever. She starts walking away.
I mean, I can teach you a technique that also counters a domain sure hit.
This is where she turns around and says, you know what? I'd rather ask Urihime about things. Right now, looking you any more
Wait,
time, you starting to piss me
hold on,
off.
hold on, hold on, hold on. I know you know simple domain, but here's this. This from the Zenny clan. Don't tell them that you got it from me.
What?
This is from the Zenny clan. Called
Okay.
Falling Blossom Emotion. Unlike simple domain, it creates a counter attack for a sure hit, so the damage is lessened.
Uh, would it work against someone like his, Raiku's, or what?
Mm, no, I don't think it would. I mean, unless it's like an offensive domain, yeah. But
So you're telling me
plus it can.
it's kind of
Well, I
useless
think it
against
can
his.
actually disable Raiku's domain, simple domain, but more or less like depends on what anti-domain technique.
Hmm. Fine. Whatever. I'll guess I'll try it if I have to fight him or something. But I'm gonna use this against you when I have to fight you in your stupid domain or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I understand.
She starts walking away
Well,
after a while.
bye bye.
Fuck you.
Okay. Sheesh. I think it's about time I do start doing. You start training in domain expansion. I got everything I need essential. So yeah, I can tell her Chris energy trait is pretty good. Well, like it feels like I'm being shocked by literally punching, by literally even touching her. I mean, I have my own, but eh. Anyways, how's the rest of the guy? I see Taro literally on the. He's still there. I was like, yo, you good?
Ugh. What happened?
Everybody left.
Oh shit. Wait! The concert! This is where he runs off.
It was like, what? Yo, where you going?
I gotta get to the concert! I need these tickets! I need to see her!
All right, bro. I'll here. I lift up Toto and jump. I'm like, all right, concert, here we come.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, we get there. Me and Toto freaking watch this.
And it's
Uh,
canceled.
one. Yeah, whatever. And I actually got to meet her face to face. Oh, you impressed with this? Like,
Don't you dare talk disrespectful about her.
like, oh, oh, she's not. No,
I don't care. I see her smile once in time and I will be happy.
Okay. And I just see it. I just like, anyway. So I see a big girl. I was like, hey, I'm about to be right back. Hey, Johnny. Hey, Sean, I'm trying to talk to you. Yeah.
While that was happening, we go into my POV, which I was kind of dealing with four girls problem in my room. I was kind of freaking out for a second. And I was like, wait, don't let me just fall asleep, please, please. This is where, well, mostly Candace says, no, you're going to help us a bit of relieve some stress. I was like, oh, fuck. Well,
Now look, then I just knock on the door like, yo, what's all that ruckus, bro? I'm trying to sleep, bro. I just got rejected by a big girl. Freaking now I'm freaking stressed, bro. Like,
I was like,
yo, what's up?
don't,
Ain't these a Kyoto too?
about, uh, this is where, well, Candace says, get out.
I'm like, who are you talking to?
You, who the hell do you think you are? You're ruining my fun time. I was like,
I said, hey, little girl, let the men talk, alright? I was like, hey, yo,
little,
hey,
little, little girl, you're fucking 15. Who the hell you're talking about?
I'm talking. Maybe I'm talking to you. Maybe I'm not. Then yo, Mike was like, you really talking to her? Who said, who said I was? Like, he was like, so you weren't? Like, who said I did? Like,
I,
and then freaking, I was like,
I look
and
at
then,
Dante
I was
and I
like,
say, keep distracting her. I'm out the window.
and then Candace went and throw like, hey, why your hand move? Like,
All right, now kind of crawling out the window says, good luck, Dante.
like, then it's like, what? Hey, you distracted me. Like, hey, why you? Hey, I was like, he tried to throw a lightning ball. I was like, I don't know. We just got her in the chest. He was like, she just fell out the window. Oh,
Yeah,
hey,
shit.
bro, you gotta deal with one of them.
You son of a.
I was even trying to. She tried to shoot me.
You.
Said, I'll be back for you. And then she starts chasing after you. Like, hey, don't not even move.
This is where, well, mostly SF tries to freeze you and just jump out the window. But yeah, they all did.
I was like, you didn't know that ice won't stop me, bro.
This is where when you
Well,
break
I guess.
it, you see no one.
Uh,
Mostly when you break the ice, this is where, well, it was mostly an ice wall, and this is where you see them already gone.
I was like, I can sense their vibrations, so I'm good. So I just like sent a few like tornadoes at him. It was like, yeah. And then like everybody's just like, well, there's another problem to deal with today. And do you want to leave it off here?
Yeah, and also this was the middle of the night, but yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, guys, we're gonna leave it off here for mostly part 3 of this what if. But yeah, mostly I got my domain expansion. I killed my father. It's a good day.
Yeah, I guess it is.
And no one will ever know that it was actually my father that killed. But you know what? Probably the only person would know it's cordial.
Facts.
Other than that, we're leaving. Well, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato soup, potato, and potato. But yeah.
Yeah. Potatoes.
Potatoes. Yeah.